In our previous lecture, we have discussed, I have explained to you that about relief of the ocean. Relief of the ocean. But let's see in this session, in this lecture, how the relief ocean, how the structure will be there in the bottom of the ocean, in the beneath of the ocean. Usually, what we believe while we are seeing any sea or ocean, we believed that ocean would be plain in the bottom. Ocean would be plain in the bottom, because on the top the water moving here and there, waves moving here and there, we feel that mostly interior or bottom of the ocean would be flat. But that is wrong perception, that is not correct. In our previous session also we have discussed that how land masses around us will be different dissected. Example, mountains were there, plains were there, valleys were there, many things were there, a number of things were there. So like that, same a number of things were also located, situated in the bottom of the ocean. You see, on the surface of the earth, we will find the mountains, valleys, rivers, plains, plateaus, canyon, volcanoes, a number of different divisions we find. Same in the bottom of the ocean also, we will find a similar characters, similar features we will find out. Okay, let's see once. So once you observe this map, this is relief of the ocean. We can also say that structure of the ocean. Now we are going to learn about structure of the ocean very carefully. Once you see properly, step by step we will learn. In the before session we described about these all. Now let's see. Let's imagine. In the previous session just we imagined how will be continental shelf, slope and these all. But now it came into reality. From this side, from my right side, from this side, right side to left side, I want to describe. It's very careful. You see this green color. This green color is land. Green color is land. Yeah, after the land, we have a beach. We have beach. What is beach? Beach, actually, the border. Beach is actually border zone between the sea and land. Beach is border. Beach is border between the land and sea. This is what land. This is what land, and this is what sea. This completely these all are sea. Just these are the waters. This is water. Okay. So I repeat, this is a coastal plain, means a land. Okay. Land after comes down, it will be beach. We play like we like more to play. Usually we are very exciting to play nearby beaches. Usually many of the people they go Goa, Chennai, Mumbai, Visakhapatnam to enjoy the beach sceneries. Okay, so this is the beach. What is beach? Just simple. Beach, border between the land and the ocean, land and sea. Yeah, after the beach, just you go there, just down. It will be called as continental shelf. It is called as continental shelf. So what is continental shelf? Actually, before this place was also land. Before this land was also there. Okay, but suddenly this water came up. Okay, so we can say that coastal region got submerged into the water. Once upon a time, coastal plain is here. This area completely land, but suddenly the water level increased. Whenever the water level increased, then the land got submerged into the water. Then we are believing as continental shelf. What is the depth? The depth of the continental shelf is 200 meters. it will be 200 meters depth. In the previous session also we have learned that 200 meters of the depth. 200 meters of the depth. How much percentage it occupies? It occupied 7.6 percentage of the oceans. Continental shelf actually occupies 7.6% of the oceans. 7.6% of the oceans. Okay. From continental shelf, increase the sea level. Slowly we can go land after beach after continental shelf after we go very deep. Next, one of the largest continental shelf. I am writing largest continental shelf. It was Siberia, located in Siberia. Siberian continental shelf. Largest continental shelf is Siberian continental shelf. It is 1500 kilometers of the wide, 1500 kilometers of the width, 1500 kilometers of the width. This is the largest continental shelf. Next, when you cross 200 meters, continental slope will come. But what is the significance of the continental shelf? Do we have any importance of this continental shelf? Yes, we have more importance of this continental shelf because of the continental shelf we are getting marine food. So what is the meaning of marine food? I am writing here marine food. Marine food means seafood. Many of members were like to eat seafood. Means fish, crabs, prawns and other marine food. Okay. So this is called as, it is continental shelf. We will get most of the marine food. We will get crude oil, petroleum oil, natural gas. We are getting natural gas. We are also getting natural gas from the continental shelf. This continental shelf also useful for building of the shipbuilding. It is, we can also useful for the shipbuilding. I'll write again of this all because we have just less space on the board. First one, what? Fish wealth. We'll get fish wealth. Fish wealth means including prawns, crabs and including marine food. Next we are getting crude oil. Not only that, natural gas, CNG, compressed natural gas we are getting, and this is continental shelf is helping for building of shipbuilding, and it is no deep. See, the rivers also drains into sea or oceans. When river water, sea water both mixed in this area, there lot of fish availability of the fish, a number of fish communities, fish will be available in this region. So that is about the continental shelf. I repeat, continental shelf 200 meters of the depth. It occupies 7.6% of area. It is a border between land and sea, between land and ocean or sea. Largest continental shelf is Siberia, Siberia continental shelf near Arctic region. Where this Siberia is located? Siberia shelf is located near Arctic region. 1500 kilometers of width. 1500 kilometers of the width, the Siberian continental shelf. So this is completed, continental shelf. Now let's begin with the second one, continental slope. When we crossed 200 meters, suddenly the depth will be increases. While you are going completely, the water will come here. Okay, the water will come here. You might have seen that Bahubali one, when Ramakrishna, while she is moving, crossing the river, the river water comes to here, isn't it? So that's what she holds the baby like this. So when you go inside, just distance more than 200 meters, the depth completely, you see the slope completely increased. Continental slope completely increased. And one of the important thing about this slope is it's very complex to understand. It is very complex to understand. Now we are discussing about this one. It's complex to understand. Sir, why it is very complex to understand? Very complex relief it is. Very complex relief. In the beginning also we have, in the previous session also we have discussed complex relief. Why it was complex relief? Because whenever the river water or glacier comes here, this river water also cut the slope. This is the river. The blue color one which I draw, this blue color one which I drew, it is a river. When the river flows from the shelf to the slope, it cut the slope. Okay, what will happen? It cut the slope. When it cut the slope, usually here canyons were formed. What forms? Canyons were formed. Canyons were formed, and means valleys also formed. Valleys. Okay, this is a valley completely. The river usually cut the slope, then very deep valleys were formed. Canyons, valleys were usually formed, and this continental shelf occupies 15% of area. Okay, it occupies 15% of the area. You see it is very steep. It was completely slow. Okay, here this continental slope indicates the continents. Actually, this is whenever the slope is there, now this slope is indicating the actual continents it was indicating, right? And canyons and valleys are formed due to the rivers and the glaciers. In northern area or southern area, there was no major rivers, mostly glaciers. So the glaciers also cut the slope. Whenever this cut will be there, the wide gap will be there. So these V-shaped valleys will be formed. The valleys will be formed. Here the valleys will be formed. Okay. So this is about continental slope. I repeat, continental slope. Continental slope after the continental shelf. What is the distance? We didn't discuss. Complete the depth is 200 meters to 3000 meters. The depth of continental shelf is 200 meters to 3000 meters. That means depth increased, and it is very complex because canyons and valleys were formed. Why these canyons and valleys were formed? Canyons and valleys were formed due to the rivers and due to the glaciers. How much percentage it occupies? It occupies 15% of area. It occupies, and the depth is 200 meters to 3000 meters. So this is about continental slope. So this is the clear continental slope. This area, this was clear continental slope. It was increased. Now let's see about deep sea plain. The third one is deep sea plain. This deep sea plain also called as abyssal. This deep sea plain also called as abyssal. It also called as abyssal. So what is abyssal? What is deep sea plain? Let's get started to understand what is deep sea plain. See here, very plain is there. This area completely plain, and you see this area also plain. Like ground. In your surroundings, how will be the plain will be there. That kind of plain will be there. But in the plain also, certain small mountains, you see certain small volcanic mountains we found. In our textbook they gave that guyot. What? Guyot. Sir, what are the gayots? Gayots means actually these are the mountains which has flat tops. Example, here you see here one mountain is there. Here is one mountain is there. Do this mountain has flat top? No. Okay, this cone shape is there. But if a mountain which has flat top is called as gayots, because due to the erosion, once upon a time this was there like this, but it was eroded by the water, seawater eroded. Due to the seawater it was eroded, so that these gayots were formed. so that these guyors were formed. Let's try to understand what is deep sea plain. I hope I explained to you what are the guyors, and these are the deep sea plain means like a plain but gentle slope. Here steep slope. In the continental slope, how the steep will be there? How the slope will be there? The slope would be steep, completely like this. But in the deep sea plain, it will be like this, not equal, just gentle slope. So I am writing here gentle slope, gentle slope. Next, gentle slope area and flattest area, flattest area in the ocean. Flattest area in the ocean. Depth will be 3000 meters to 6000 meters. Depth will be 3000 meters to, in the previous session also we discussed, this depth will be 3000 meters to 6000 meters. Now we are discussing about the deep sea plain. Okay, deep sea plain 3000 meters to 6000 meters of area. Most probably it occupies 76%, as we discussed in our earlier topic also. 76% of area it occupies. Most of the ocean, it was the deep sea plain or abyssal covers. This plain was covered. Okay, so this is about the deep sea plain. What did you find in the deep sea plain? Deep sea plain, we usually say that this is gentle slope. Continental slope was completely steep, but deep sea plain is like little gentle slope, and it was flattest area, little bit flattest area when compared to the all. Then the depth will be 3000 meters to 6000 meters. 76% of the area, oceanic area, covers by this deep sea plain or abyssal. Moreover, the important thing is we find mid-ocean ridges. Sir, what are the mid-ocean ridges? What are the mid-ocean ridges? I am writing here mid-ocean ridges. Just now in the beginning I explained to you, oceans are actually formed due to the divergent plates. So this is one plate, this is one plate. This is completely one plate. From this red mark, this is one plate, and this arrow is one plate. Whenever these both plates are moving, so here the plates are there. Here this is one plate, this is one plate. Whenever these both plates are moving, the seawater came up. Whenever these both plates they moved, the seawater came and the seawater spread. The sea floor was spread. So this is the divergent plate. Whenever these both plates are moving here, the red color is lava. The lava pour on the surface in the bottom, and these form certain ridges, certain chain of mountains also formed by the divergent plates. Certain mountain ranges also formed due to the divergent plates. Whenever these both plates are moving this side, here the lava coming up, this lava pouring on the surface. Lava pouring on the surface. We can also say that it is also seafloor spreading. For example, this year the lava pour and settle, and another year, upcoming year, next year the lava again come up. So daily it will be piled up. Then some mid-ocean ridges. The mid-ocean ridges will find the red color one is lava. Whenever the lava comes, it pours magma lava on the surface in the deep sea plain, so that here there is a possibility of forming of ocean ridges. Okay, now completed ocean ridges. They may ask us how these mid-ocean ridges were formed. Mid-ocean ridges formed. The mountain system formed due to the divergent plates. Whenever these both plates are moving this side, the lava coming up from the inside. This is the mantle. This red color is mantle. Whenever the mantle coming up, the lava pours up and settle, and that due to that here mid-oceanic ridges will be formed. Next, this entire is one plate. And this part is another plate. So we can say that this is from this part here to this complete this part is called as oceanic plate. This is called as oceanic plate. Completely this is called as oceanic plate. I am writing here oceanic plate. And this is called as, this one is called as continent plates. Continent plate. That means this is one continent and this is another continent. That means this is one plate and this is one plate. The gap between these both plate is usually called as trenches. The gap between the continental plate and oceanic plate. The gap between the continent plate and oceanic plate is usually called as trenches. These trenches were actually the deepest point. These trenches were actually the deepest points of the oceans. Yeah, fourth one, trenches. Here the trenches, near the trenches, the possibility of the earthquake is very huge. Lot of possibilities there. Sir, why the earthquake occurs? Earthquake occurs when the both plates were there, when one of the plate will be moved. When the plate will be, this is one plate and this is one plate. When this plate will be moved, the earthquake occurs. When the earthquake occurs in the inside of the ocean, tsunami will come. Sudden movement of the plates. Sudden movement of the plate inside the ocean or the sea, it gives huge tides that we can say is that tsunami. Once 2004 in India tsunami came, and once in Japan also tsunami came. Okay, that is because of the movement of this plate. So this one is oceanic plate and this one is continental plate. So the gap between these both plate is called as trenches. Near trenches what will happen? Near trenches earthquakes will be occurs. Most of the earthquake will be occurs between the plates, joints of the plate. Okay, next we usually believed that most of the trenches will be most of the trenches are located in the deep sea plain or oceanic deep. That is not correct. In previous also I explained to that trenches were not located in the middle of the ocean, means not in the oceanic deep. Not in the oceanic deep. Usually what we see, one river is there, this is one river, this is one river. We feel that in the middle it will be very depth will be there. In the river that may happen, but because of the V shape, but in the oceanic it will be different. Most of the trenches were located near to the continent. Most of the trenches were located near to the continent. Sir, why most of the trenches were located near the continent? Because this continent plate and another plate, both plates are, the gap between the both plate is called as trenches. Gap between the both plates is called as trenches. Okay. Now let's see what are the significance of this. What are the significance of these trenches? Okay. Still now 57. Still now there are 57 deep trenches were found, explored. 57 deep trenches were explored till now. So these are, first one is Challenger. I am writing here on top. I am writing due to the lack of space. I am unable to write here. First one is Challenger. This Challenger also called as Mariana Trench. Mariana Trench. Sir, where is this Mariana Trench is located? Mariana Trench is located. Depth of the Mariana Trench is 11,022 meters. Located in Pacific. It is located in Pacific. The first one. And the second one is Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico or Neves. Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico where is located? Puerto Rico also called as or Neves. Puerto Rico also called as Neves. It is located in the Atlantic. So what was the depth? 10,475. It is located in Atlantic. And the third one is Java. Third one is Java, near Indonesia. Java, it is located in the Indian Ocean. Depth will be 7,000 exchange, 7,450. Yeah, 7,450 meters. It is located in the Indian Ocean. So these are the important trenches in trenches in the world. The first one is Challenger Trench, also called as Mariana, 11,022 meters of the depth, located in the Pacific Ocean. Second one is Puerto Rico, also called as Naves, located in Atlantic Ocean, 10,475 meters of the depth. Third one is Java, 7,450 meters of the depth, located in Indian Ocean. Okay, now you understood about this structure, that what is coastal plain, what is beach, what is continental shelf, what is continental slope, what is deep sea plain, what are the divergent plate, what are the guyotts, what are the mid ocean ridges. These are what? Mid ocean ridges. These are the ridges formed with the pore of the lava. Then what are the trenches you found? You understood. Trenches are located between the gaps between the oceanic plate and the continental plate. This completely what beta? Oceanic plate. And this is what? This thing is what? Continental plate. The gap between these both plates we usually found trenches. What happen at trenches? Usually earthquakes usually form occurs between this gap, between the gap. Moreover, we also learned that these three important deep trenches we have found till now. 57 trenches were explored. 57 trenches were explored. Now let's see isobaths. Now what? Isobaths. Isobaths. Isobaths nothing but like contours. You know contours? Contours are the joining lines where the equal height. Joining lines are lines of equal height. Then these isobaths also on an imaginary lines. Imaginary lines on map. Yeah, what they will do actually on map that connects what they connects they connect the points, having same depth, in a water or in a ocean. Simple. What are the isobaths? Isobaths are actually, these are imaginary lines on a map that connects points which are having same depth. Example, here is the depth is same and here the depth is same. So the line which are connecting this, this is called a isobath, because point A and point B, the depth is same. So we are connecting the line A to B, then we call as then we call as isobaths. Then what are the guyotts? Guyotts means the eroded mountains under the ocean, in the beneath of the ocean, called as guyotts. They mention guyotts. What are these? These lines? Valleys. How these valleys were formed? Because due to the river flow or glacier flow. I hope you understood about these relief features or relief of the ocean. I hope you understood. Thank you. Thanks a lot.